Hey Aries, intuitive soul coach here with your June 2022 full moon reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. Today we'll dive into the collective energy of Aries and take a look at what you are celebrating around this full moon energy, what it is that is coming to fruition. We'll also take a look at your untapped spiritual gifts and greatest strengths. We'll get messages from Spirit along with how you've grown during this moon cycle. And lastly, Aries, action steps that you can take to continue growing on your soul's journey. So just a friendly reminder, these are general readings. Please do take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or even entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, so Aries, a little bit about this June 14th supermoon in the sign of Sagittarius. This moon is all about adventure, getting out of your comfort zone, having fun, taking risks. For some of you, it can be about traveling or even planning new adventures or planning new travel here. So you do have Scorpio, Aquarius, and Libran energy showing up here for you. Now you may have these placements in your chart. You may be dealing with other people with these placements in their chart, or you may just be embodying the energies here. So right away we have Scorpio energy, which talks about going deeper. This talks about you getting out of your head, dropping into your heart center, and planning some things that you're really passionate about. If you're passionate about traveling, if you're passionate about your work, if you're passionate about a person, this is about taking a risk on something, going deeper than you've ever been before in a certain situation. So I really like this energy showing up for you. Some of you are really manifesting what it is that you want in your life. Around this full moon, I feel like you are going within and there's something that you want that you're not stopping here until you get it, Aries. So this is really great showing up. You're going deep within and figuring out how to manifest more fun, more enjoyment, more excitement in your life, but also a love for what it is that you do, for who it is that you're with, or your day-to-day emotions. Next, you have reflect on your priorities, Aquarius energy. So yes, this is what you're doing here. By going deeper, you're taking a hard look at what it is that you want to change, what it is that you want to shift in your world. Full moons are all about endings, accomplishments. They're about victory, rewards, celebrations. So we're going to clarify and see what it is that is coming to fruition here for you, or what brand new beginning is coming up because you're willing to go deep here, take that leap of faith. But I definitely see you reflecting on what's important to you. In the past, you may have just been going along for the ride, so to speak, or you may have been doing something more routine, day in and day out, not really focusing on whether you're happy or not, or whether you were living the life that you wanted or not, or maybe some of you knew on a soul level that you want to change, but you may have come to some sort of acceptance here. I'm hearing acceptance, but that you're not going to settle for acceptance any longer here, Aries. It's time for you to, again, drop down to that heart center, really get to the root of what it is that you want to do here on earth, who it is that you want to become, what kind of people you want to surround yourself with, and possibly going in a different direction regarding your finances, your career, your money. And then lastly, we have make time for self-love, Libran energy. Yes, this is about you making time to play, making time to laugh, communicate, open yourself up to new relationships. This can be relationships with romantic partners. It can be with your family, with your friends, your coworkers, but also yourself. And the more that you do focus on making yourself happy, the more that you're going to attract relationships into your life that bring happiness to you as well. So I really like this energy starting off here, Aries, but we're going to dive in here and see what it is that you're celebrating, what accomplishments, achievements, and celebrations are in store for you. Again, that June 14th supermoon in the sign of Sagittarius is all about adventure. Now, wow, you have the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Three of Cups, and you have the Hierophant. So this is great because it says here that something that you are finally committing to entirely. You may be wrapping up a cycle. It could be an education. It could be learning. Now, it could be an online course. I do feel for some of you, the Knight of Pentacles says that there may be something that you've been working on for quite some time, whether this is internal or it's external. It will be different for each and every one of you. But there's something that you are feeling a sense of accomplishment. There's a sense of celebration here because the Knight of Pentacles is someone who is dependable, trustworthy. They wait for the best time to take action. And you know that slow and steady wins the race. And again, something that you have been putting your time, energy, and effort into, even if it was a relationship or a job, a career, there's something that you're really going in and finishing up, wrapping up because you're ready to start a new cycle here. Now, the Hierophant does talk about learning, whether this is divine guidance, it's spiritual learning. It can be learning in a traditional sense. This can be institutions, teaching, traditions. I feel like this has to do with some of you, some of your beliefs. This is your morals, your traditions here. There may have been times in the past that you've had to question maybe authority, maybe higher institutions here. You may have felt like you received corrupt advice in the past, but I feel like you're overcoming some negative beliefs or limiting self-talk here, and you've really grown on a spiritual level here, Aries. So this is really beautiful. I feel like you are ready to now teach what you've learned because you can see here in the card, there are two students in front of the teacher here. So because you have slowly but surely went through something and you've learned, grown, and evolved, I feel like you're ready to present something possibly to another person, present them with a new opportunity, a new option. For others of you, you may be deciding to leave a situation and learn more about something else. For example, maybe you've always wanted to leave maybe a corporate job and go off on your own and build your own business, or vice versa. But I feel for some of you, this is about learning what you didn't know before. I feel like you now know something you didn't know, if that makes sense. And now you're graduating. There's a graduation. I'm getting world energy as well. So I feel like if you felt stuck, if you felt set back, or if you felt like there was a lack of closure, maybe you had to prolong something or it just took forever. Maybe you wanted to go to school for 2 years and it took 4. Perhaps you went, took some online courses 5 years ago, didn't finish them. You might be wrapping something up here. For others of you, it's a relationship. There could be closure in a relationship that maybe you didn't receive before. And finally, you're letting it go because you're possibly bringing in a new relationship. Please take that as it resonates. But the good news is Three of Cups says there is massive celebration here. Three of Cups is about your friends, your family, your community. It can be about parties, wedding receptions. It can even be about travel as well. It can be the news of a birth, passing a test. It can be a reunion. I feel like you're surrounding yourself with a lot of abundance and a lot of other like-minded individuals. And it's because you're getting out of your comfort zone. If you felt stuck to some sort of tradition, or maybe there was a routine that you did day in and day out, I feel like you're breaking free from the norm, or breaking free from some sort of institution here, breaking free from some sort of limiting belief. And you're going to feel a sense of renewal. I feel like you're very proud of yourself around this full moon energy. Spirit, I feel, is very proud of you as well. So let's take a look at your untapped spiritual gifts and your greatest strengths. What do we have here? We have temperance, patience. That's what you've been learning here. Let's take a look at your greatest strengths. 9 of Wands. Okay. So we have the Temperance card showing up as your untapped spiritual gift. And some of you are saying, oh, Melissa, I have no patience. Or you may be saying, I'm not able to moderate, whether it's moderate my thinking, moderate my diet, just moderation in general. But the good news is with this Temperance card, it's something that you will master. This is a gift of yours if you haven't quite mastered this already. This is about blending the energies. It's about compromise, self-control. If you tend to have went to extremes in the past, whether it was extremes in behaviors, relationships, thoughts, thinking. They're just showing me complete extremes, lows and highs. I feel like you're able to balance that up. And again, this is untapped. So I feel like a lot of you are still working through some things in your life that have been quite extreme. But the good news is, with this Knight of Pentacles, you are graduating, you're evolving, you're leveling up here, and you will be quite happy as well. For some of you, you're calling in your soul tribe. Now, this could be a best friend. This could be a lover. It could be somebody who teaches you, who's here to teach you, or maybe a student that shows up. Because again, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And that may be you because you've been through it here, Aries. This is really beautiful energy showing up here. So you will master the balance. There's things that you are needing to moderate in your life. And I feel like you'll know what that is here, Aries. But if you're able to moderate, you're able to bring a lot more success into your life. Now, one of your greatest strengths is your determination. You have the 9 of Wands in your greatest strength here. And this is a powerful energy to have as a strength because this is the card of the wounded warrior. You can see that you have been through a lot. You've been through war here. And I feel like you have that final push, that determination to never give up, even if at times you may want to give up. You may say, oh, I just don't have the patience, right? Because again, that's untapped here. Or you may think, I can't bounce back from that high of high or low of low. Or you go down the rabbit hole at times. I feel like this is about you never giving up on yourself, which is a beautiful, beautiful gift to have. Because sometimes when you have this energy as your greatest strength, Aries, you feel like everybody else gives up on you. But the good news is here, you have determination, you have discipline, you have courage, spiritual strength, and persistence to continue getting through anything that life throws at you. You may be an old soul, or you may have been told, Aries, that you're an old soul. They're giving me the name Becca as well. Maybe that's your name, middle name, nickname. Please take it as it resonates. But I do feel like you're coming to an end because right after the 9 of Wands is the 10 of Wands, and 10s bring the endings bringing new beginnings. And that's what this full moon is all about. So it's time to release the heavy burdens that you've been carrying, release whatever it is that you've had drawn out here for a while. Celebrate your goals, your successes and achievements here, and have a little fun. It's time to take a little risk on yourself. Instead of maybe staying in your comfort zone at times, Aries, it's really important for you to acknowledge all that you've been through. Acknowledge that, yes, you may be a wounded warrior. You may have been through war and back, whether physically or just figuratively here. But I feel like a lot of you are bringing a sense of lighthearted, playful energy to the mix, especially towards the second half of June. All right, so we're going to take a look here and see what the guides have for you. What do you need to know from your spirit guides or from the universe? Let's see what messages are showing up here for Aries, June, full moon, 2022. Okay, they just gave me, I feel like it could be a small to medium dog. Now, I don't know if somebody is getting a dog at this time, or there may be a celebration or a birthday of an animal or a small dog. So please take that as it resonates. What else do we have here for Aries? Okay, so we have breathe, we have soul power, and we also have listen. Okay, so again, these are messages from your guides, from your spiritual team. It says you have to be willing to listen if you really want to understand someone. Now is not the time to be offering advice, but to be a compassionate listener. To listen fully and intently means to pay attention, not to just what's being said, but to what lies beneath the words. So this is about not only listening to others and how others are speaking to you, Aries. This is about how you speak to yourself as well, even if only intuitively, but it's about listening to your intuition as well. You can see that her eyes are closed, so she doesn't need to necessarily see what's right in front of her. She needs to listen to what is being heard with her ear chakras here. Now, for some of you, if you have ringing in the ears, or if you sometimes get a little bit dizzy, or if you have something going on with that head energy here, even if it's a little bit of pressure, again, please do seek medical professional guidance if you need to. But this can also be about your guides trying to get your attention. If you do have the ringing in your ears, pay attention to what's being said or the action that is surrounding you, or maybe the people that you are with. It could be a sign for you to listen to what's within here. So listening, your guides want you to listen because they are trying to give you and help you along the way. They're trying to help you bring something to fruition, something that you've been working towards, but also help you trust. I just heard trust quite strong. So it could be trusting in yourself, trusting that the universe has your back, because you may have trust issues. All right, next we have soul power, soul power. And this says here, always remember, Aries, you're a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have an unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it. That may be something you are discovering here, because again, you have that moderation, you have that temperance. You may be realizing that all that you need is really coming from within, that you can change your outer world by balancing up those emotions that sometimes swing from highs to lows here. You're realizing that if you can moderate, or if you can bring certain areas of your own inner self into balance, that's what it reflects in your outer world. But reminding yourself also that you're a part of something big and something beautiful that's more than just what the eyes see in this world. And that may be why her eyes are closed. And that's what Spirit is saying. Listen to your surroundings, but listen to Spirit, because you're getting a lot of signs this month, Aries. You're definitely going deeper. You're going within here, and you're reflecting on what's important to you. And you're realizing that the most important thing here is you, that you are the one that can shift, alter, and change your life here. And I feel like you are for the better. And then lastly, we have breathe, or the breath work here. And you can see in this picture, her eyes are closed as well. So this is really about going within here and making time for yourself, making time for that self-love, but also getting out of your comfort zone. So possibly maybe going on a hike 100 miles away and getting outside in the outdoors and disconnecting from maybe the crowd. This could also be about you taking a sporadic trip one weekend, or it can be about you doing something that you've never done before, maybe taking a dance class, an art class. This can be going on a blind date. This is anything that you normally maybe would hold back because of fear or because of limiting beliefs. This has to do with your solar plexus as well. You may be doing some deep breath work, but it stems from the belly. Instead of taking those short, deep breaths right here from this chest area, take some deep, deep belly breaths and ask yourself, what can I do today to step outside my comfort zone? Because that'll really help you reclaim your power, but also allow new opportunities to come in for you here. All right, let's take a look, Aries, and see how you've grown during this cycle. I certainly see you've grown a lot, but let's see how you have grown. Okay, 8 of Cups. We have 4 of Swords. There's that self-healing, walking away from situations that don't serve you. There's the Justice, Libran energy, and we have 3 of Pentacles, teamwork. Okay, connecting out with other like-minded individuals. Okay, so the 8 of Cups says that you're walking away, or you have in the past, because this is how you've grown. You may have needed to walk away from a situation that just wasn't serving you any longer. Now, the 8 of Cups energy can be about abandoning something or someone, or at times, okay, thank you, Spirit. At times, they're telling me that you may have abandoned yourself. Okay, it's not going to resonate with everyone, but because you did get that Wounded Warrior card, you may have felt like either you've been abandoned. Now, this can... I find for a lot of times, this card can also mean that there is abandonment or rejection issues from childhood, and this may be a trigger. This is something that you are healing and working through as you become more evolved. Now, Eight of Cups can also mean you're walking away from situations, environments, people, workplaces that no longer serve you because the growth has been maxed. You've hit a glass ceiling here. And the Eight of Cups is definitely about you on a quest for something deeper. I always like to think of this card as the eat, pray, love energy. If you've ever read that book or watched that movie with Julia Roberts, you know, she's living a life that most people would look at and say, wow, she has it all. She's content. She has the partner. She has the great job. She lives in, I think it was New York City, and has, you know, she's beautiful. She has a lot going for her. But deep down, she knew that that wasn't what she wanted on a soul level. And sometimes it takes us just quieting that voice, taking that deep breath inward here, reflecting on your priorities and saying to yourself, you know what? I want to do what is best for me. And therefore, I may need to walk away from what I've always known in order to bring more success, more achievement, more accomplishment to my life. And I feel like that's what you're doing here, Aries, because you've done a lot of healing. Four of Swords. This is about you taking a little time out. It could be R&R. Some of you may have just gotten back from a vacation, or you may have felt like you were on a bit of a sabbatical, or you just needed a little time to reflect here and do some of that inner work. But the Four of Swords is about regrouping, rejuvenating, taking a breath, catching your breath here. And you do have the breath card showing up. So some of you are focusing on being present, focusing on maybe meditating more. This can be silencing the mind, because a lot of you, Aries, may have overactive minds where you're constantly thinking. And that may be why you have Temperance showing up here, because sometimes you can let the mind or the ego or the fears go down that rabbit hole of self-destruction. But I feel like you're mastering your own mind here. Next, we have Justice. Justice energy. Now, this is about good karma, but it can also be about balance. You have that showing up a couple of times here for you. So balancing up your life is what you are doing, and this is how you've grown, bringing way more balance to your life. And some of you, this is about being truthful and being honest and being fair to what you deserve, not what other people expect of you, Aries, but this is about equality. In the past, if you felt like life isn't fair or the world is out to get me, I feel like you're seeing things from a higher perspective and you're saying, you know, I'm glad that happened the way it did. Even though it was challenging going through it, I learned and my soul evolved. So there is justice here. And then lastly, we have Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles talks about teamwork, cooperation, collaboration, whether it's other people joining in and helping you with this healing, or this can be about you connecting to all parts of you. This is loving yourself, loving everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. This is about working on your shadow side as well. You're finally collaborating, working with people to really build something wonderful. For others of you, this is working with others, maybe in your workplace, maybe in your business. This can be about relationships, family members. You've decided to, maybe some of you walk away from people that had your attention in the past, but there's just no growth and you've hit a glass wall, or you've hit some sort of brick wall with people in your life. And I feel like the good ones, or I shouldn't say the good, but the ones that really care about you, I feel like you are keeping in your life, and the ones that were mostly selfish or needed to continue working on their own self or their own projections, their own triggers, I feel like you may be leaving that behind here. But I feel like there are positive people in your life here at this time to help you achieve great things. Now you can see in this picture that they're trying to make a potion. They're trying to make something magical happen here. But it takes a little bit of each and every one of them to put their mix into the cauldron here, because that's where the magic happens. So collaborating, teamwork, working together to create something beautiful. And this is also about you playing different roles and making sure that you're doing your best and not leaving yourself out of the situation here. Now let's finally take a look at action steps that you can take to continue growing on your journey. What do we have here for Aries? Action steps. We have cancel, clear, delete. We have workshops and seminars. Whoa, alrighty. And we also have parents, and we have shield yourself. Okay, those came out together. All right, so I'm just going to say this isn't for every single one of you, but it may be for us, a few of you. You may be walking away from or dealing with, it could be parents that you are still healing from. Maybe there was abandonment or rejection issues that you dealt with as a child. Now, this could be even your own children. You may feel attacked at times, or you may feel like they've let you down in some way, form, or another here. But there's another version coming up here, and we'll talk about that momentarily here. But it says use only positive thoughts and words as they're rapidly manifesting into form. Ask the angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. So we did talk about that earlier, Aries. This is about hitting that cancel button, hitting that clear button, deleting anything that you don't want to manifest into this world. So for example, a text message. Maybe you want to say something harshly, or maybe there's something that you want to get off your mind, and you type it all out, and then you decide maybe that you don't want to miscommunicate the message, or maybe you're just saying it out of anger, but you want to bring more balance, and you know by sending that message it's not going to be in the highest good, so you just delete it. This is what I want you to do with your thinking as well, Aries, your negative thinking. So pay attention to your self-talk, because you do have that showing up here, listening to the way that you talk to yourself and the way that others speak to you. If others are speaking to you with disrespect, with malice, or with anger, delete that energy. Say, you know what, if you want to talk to me like an adult, or if you want to talk to me with respect, kindness, and love, then please, by all means, I'll listen. But if somebody's not willing to at least give you that, I feel like you're canceling, clearing, and deleting. But most importantly, I feel this is about your negative beliefs and your self-talk here, negative thinking. Next, we have workshops and seminars. Some of you may be taking online courses. You do have the Hierophant card showing up here. Some of you may be learning more about yourself, or learning more about what it is that you want to do in your career, taking classes, shops. Maybe you're the teacher in this situation as well. It says attending and giving speeches is part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open, Aries, to teaching and learning. So it makes complete sense with this showing up in your strengths here. So I love this. And then lastly, we have parents' energy. So I'm going to read these separately as well, even though they did shoot out. Your parents, especially if your parents have crossed over, they may be guiding you to shield yourself from the harsh reality of other people, or it could be shielding yourself from your own negative thoughts at times, because it says the divine truth is that your parents eternally love you to the best of their ability. The angels are helping you heal from any pain associated with your mother or father. They just gave me the name Tom. So if you have maybe a grandfather or a father, or maybe a brother or an uncle, or even, a parent like figure named Tom or Thomas, please take that as it resonates. But I'm feeling that you are forgiving, you are releasing, and you're letting something go because you're doing it for yourself. And most of the time when people do forgive, it's not for the other person, it is for themselves to heal. And you certainly have healing showing up in your growth. And last but not least, we have shield yourself. Protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. Whenever I talk about shielding yourself, especially if you are an empath, Aries, you can do that by envisioning maybe a pink or a green light around you, around your whole body, your whole chakra, or you can even help other people as well by envisioning that around them. Because what that means is any harsh words or any energies that come at you, it immediately will bounce off. Now you can think of it as a rubber ball. You can think of it as a shield here. And you can also call in Archangel Michael to protect and heal and shield you. Not that I'm seeing here that you need to necessarily do this, because I'm seeing more accomplishments and more successes, but there may have been times, just like with that Nine of Wands energy, that you've had to put up a shield. But for a lot of you, it is your own fears, your own negative thinkings that have kept you stuck at times. And so this is about, again, shielding yourself from fear-based energies. And what do I always say about fear? false evidence appearing real, whether it's self-sabotage or self-limiting beliefs, or you do need to shield yourself from maybe family members or other toxic energies in your life. You're releasing something here and you're moving to a change in your life that's going to be more beneficial. It's going to bring you a sense of freedom, accomplishment, but also a lot more happiness than you felt for a while, Aries. There's true happiness. And you can say, well, Melissa, I'm happy. I smiled yesterday, or I laughed, or, I feel good. But on that soul level is what I'm feeling for you, Aries, that true sense of happiness, that everything is okay and that you are going to be okay. That's what I'm sensing. There's more ease coming into your life here in the month of June, and it's going to bring that sense of peace, a sense of freedom here. So I hope this resonates with you, Aries. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly does help get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Feel free to share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I am sending all of you wonderful Aries tons of love and light. Till next time.